golf show actually was the #1 rated show for golf in the Southeast, so that was fun. So we did that for a couple of years, as far as still kind of staying in front of the camera. And the production company that I had brought in to do that, we developed such a great relationship. And I've done some fitness videos and some things since then. But 2 years ago, we developed, I've just really been like going, okay, how do I bring it all together? I just really want to find my model, like what is it? And so I come up with this idea for a show called Mission Green Life, and it was kind of a fusion of Mythbusters meets Dirty Jobs. And I had a co-host, and we went out and we filmed a great pilot. We did about 6 episodes all over the Southeast. I mean, I got to put solar panels on roofs, and I did some very, very, very cool things. And had a great company out in New York back us, and they took it all the way to Planet Green. And Planet Green, we pitched it to them like straight out of the gate, and they loved it. But they said, and the thing in television, is, especially if you're ever pitching content, is, and that was a new network, and green or eco programming is such a new frontier in television. Because is it just a passing fad? Is it something that people really care about and, it's going to sustain it long term? So 2 years ago, things were kind of like, how much do we want to do with this? And they loved it, but they said it's kind of similar to some of the other things. So they said, if you want to repitch to us, we'll, come on back and we'll do it. And we just said, God, time, money, energy, effort. It took a long time to put all that together. And so we said, we'll just keep pitching it to some other places. But during that process, to get to the big la-la, and during all of this, I'm still seeing patients. I'm the wellness director, and, administratively, I've got all these great little administrative accolades, and I've run one of the top medical spas in the country, which is called Blue Med Spa. And so I create a lot of their patient care programs, and I'm actively training, and I'm taking care of patients. So that's going on through all of this. So every day I'm still out there interacting one-on-one and helping, with care with people and teaching yoga and all that good stuff. So we're wrapping up the filming of Mission Green Life, and I have this couple that I got a call to go coach them. And I go to their house, and it was a gay couple, and you could not. I wish that I would have had cameras that day, because in the 2 hours that I was there, all the things that just happened so organically, I was like, this is some freaking funny-ass television. Like this, I'm like, this needs to be my show. I'm like, life coach. That's who I am. That's what I do. And so I immediately, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm sure you can't forget him, Chad Damiani, who was my co-host for all the pay-per-view stuff back in the day with Nitro. We always did the pay-per-view pre-shows online, so he and I were co-hosts for that. And anyway, so Chad's out in L.A., and he's been out there for 10 years, and he's like one of Ryan Seacrest's writers, and he's gotten shows on like Sci-Fi and a bunch of places, and he's been doing just phenomenal, great stuff. And now he's got an improv group, and so if anybody's ever out in California, you definitely got to go check him out. He's in L.A. So I immediately called him, and I told him about it because I bounced any of my ideas off of him. He's like, Melissa, this was really great. This is totally you. But again, 18 months ago, 24 months ago, when I pitched this to him, he said, the consumer just wants to see trash television. They're like, he's like, this is beautiful. This is inspiring. This is uplifting. This is totally you. But, I don't know where you're going to pitch it yet. And I'm like, okay. And I was kind of bummed, but I'm like, man, people don't want the good stuff. We just want to see, we just want to see all the bad stuff. So it burst my bubble a little bit, and I just kept working. I'm like, oh. And then 3 weeks ago, and so I've been working on a book since the top of the year. I'm writing a book right now all on just living your best life, authentic living. And just kind of really, how do we do it so you don't have to be some Zen guru? It's just like Paige came out with YRG, Yoga for Regular Guys. It's all of the stuff. People think about anything that's healthy living, wellness, good living, positive mental attitude, anything like that. A lot of people immediately categorize it way to the left and think, man, that's not me. That's like so out of the box, and I'm not in that box. I'm not even close to that box. But what people don't realize is there's just some very simple things that, in having awareness to them in your day-to-day, can just dramatically improve just how you're living in your life, your view of your life, and what that can do for you mentally and physically and emotionally. And so anyway, my whole mission has been, I want to make this stuff mainstream, because that's me. I'm not going to sit there and preach to people. I'm not going to be all zen on people. I'm still the same person that was on camera 11 years ago dancing. I am sassy and I'm silly and I'm a goofball, but I'm also intelligent, and I'm the Gemini. I've got the two sides. I can balance it all out. So there's a time to connect, but there's also a time to just say, we need to be able to laugh at ourselves. We need to be able to have fun and just say, well, yeah, life sucks. Okay, so now what? Do we want to keep? Are we tired of it sucking? Or if not, then okay, we can just keep being miserable. But if we're tired of it, then what do we want to do about it? What are we ready to do? Do we matter enough to do something? So I've been working on my book, and 3 weeks ago I stumbled across, I don't even remember how, that Oprah is launching, and I knew she was launching her new network, but she was doing a whole casting call, an open audition, and anybody listening can do this as well. It's open to anybody out there. She's got 5 categories, one of which is health and wellness, that she wants to, she's kind of made this open call to America for anybody that's interested to put your pitch in. What television show, if you had the opportunity, what show would you create and why? And what's special, what's unique about you, what's your passion, what drives you? And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is it. Because for 2 years since I had come up with that idea for Life Coach, my producer here in Atlanta keeps going, we've got to do this, we've got to do this, we've got to do this show. And I'm like, I know. And it's just we keep bumping it just because of, real life and work schedules and things like that. And so I called him when this came up. I'm like, here it is. This is it. We get to do it. Now, we're not calling it Life Coach. That was the original name. But so now we've put it together. It's online, and 10 years in 10 minutes. That brings us to, tonight. And so I put it up a week ago, and basically I've got 2.5 weeks to amass, here's a small number, hundreds of thousands of votes. But it's doable.
Nice.
It's doable. I just need a small street team. So, tonight I'm, totally putting out my plea of support. I need a small street team that just wants to dedicate a few minutes every day to going on and, voting repeatedly. That's all. That's all I need. And I can do it.
Okay.
And then next week also. Yeah, I mean, it's, there's such small numbers when you really think about, the amount of just people, period, out there. When you think about the number of wrestling fans, when you think about friends and friends of friends, and, I think that's what's so amazing now about how far just social media has taken us to be even more connected and to help support each other and support what's going on and get the word out and get things out there. So it's good stuff. So, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, still seeing patients, but ready to do this show, and so there we have it.
Nice. And for those just tuning in, we're with former WCW Nitro girl Spice, now known professionally as she was before she stepped into the wrestling world as Dr. Melissa Grill Peterson. Now, I just voted the links in the chat room for those who haven't for your quest to get your own TV show, and I definitely see it happening, and hopefully everyone will continue to vote. I'm going to put you on the spot. We just went from 10 years and 10 minutes. I'm going to put you on the spot. We have a caller on the line. Are you open to taking calls? I'm putting you on the hot seat.
Absolutely. I'm totally open. I'd love to. Let's talk.
All right. From the 867 area code, you're on the line with Hit the Ropes and Spice. Who are we speaking with?
Hello.
Caller.
What the hell is 867?
Yes. Caller?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the line.
It's Shane, and it's 786, not 867. What are you doing?
Wow. That would be our co-host, and his number is all jumbled up in the switchboard.
Oh, whatever.
Well,
Shane, anyway, I'll talk to Spice. No problem. I'll talk to Spice. Spice, exactly where can people vote do they have to go to your Facebook page, or is there a separate website